Zeri just, looking forward to the late game, and he picked things like Viego, and that is the question of who gets a hold of the late game better. But as we are already in the drought, loving the first ban actually Volibear is something definitely we don't want to see happening in the game anymore because of just how strong he is. Following up with some other bans actually going in rather quickly, and here comes the first shot for today. Pyke is the first one to be banned out by Lucent out of this duo from the bot lane.
I don't know. The most important part of the combo, I don't even think it's the Pyke. I think it's the Veigar. There are other ways to deal with that. Even Nautilus. No, Nautilus hook is not that big, so it has to be... There you go. Okay, so instead of banning the most important part, it's like we take both of them. We don't care about that one. They take the Shyvana as well. So all the other picks are available, like the Cassiopeia.
Exactly. I mean, it could have been enough to just take out the most important part of the duo and then still have one spare ban to take out something else, but they decided, I don't know, we saw it.
You saw it. You saw it. They got the bonus. Lucent has to over the Pantheon to get the bonus back. They have to do it.
They did in the last game, right? Listen to
I'm telling you. Solari, I'm telling you, whoever overs Pantheon in the Champion Select gets bonus. If you want to win in solo queue, over Pantheon. You don't need to pick him, but over the Pantheon to feel the Spartan blood.
I will try it, and then I will tell you the results.
Yes.
I'll let you know. Okay, the supports. The first ones to be picked this time are the supports. Both the hooking supports, both very strong, still opening a lot of versatility for every other pick coming in. Still, the Cassiopeia is available. Still, if you look at the jungle, Hecarim is available, and he's still pretty strong. Viego is available as well if you again want to add some late game spice to the game.
Yes! Yes, she has been gaining a lot of light recently. You can go with whatever you want. You can go attack speed, you can go the combat build with lethality. You can even go naughty and bring in the AP, the Liandry's.
Yes.
This is a champion can do pretty much whatever she wants. And now it's up to Fløng to actually answer this one. It's not an easy answer though, but there's a lot of them. I'm not going to talk about that.
I'm immediately thinking about Kai'Sa in terms of versatility that you can build a champion with. But I'm seeing the Diana pick, and of course it has to be followed up by Yasuo. That's one of the spiciest combinations we've seen in Ultraliga, especially happening in the playoffs actually. And we are in the playoffs of NLC, and here it comes. And that's Galio you were talking about in the previous game.
I mean, so far, none of the hyper carries were touched. The Aphelios, who was banned throughout the entire 3 games we had previously, is still open, but they're going to remove the Jinx, and probably after this one, they're going to remove the Aphelios. Xayah is definitely a possibility, and looking at the way the Champion Select is going, this is massive in terms of team fights. It's just one team fight. It's just 1 to team fight. Galio with Misfortune is a good one. Also, Galio versus Yasuo is a good answer. Even though, but his shield is magic, I know. But the way you can deal with Yasuo as a Galio, it's really easy to stop him at his trails. And if you want to get the combo going on, Diana Yasuo, Diana has to go into the mid lane, and Diana is AP, so the shield is going to be reliable for Diana when she approaches. It's going to be Jen removed, so Aphelios is still up and available. I don't think Fløng are going to take that one. They're going to focus on the jungle. They still have Viego, and since this is a high engage matchup, I do believe Viego could be useful for Lucent. Oh, they countered the passive.
I'm trying to process the fact that they flashed me before Pantheon.
No, okay, it was going way too, but there you go, the Viego. It makes a lot of sense. You want to play from front to back, and Viego is perfect for that.
Definitely. The way where Lucent are going right now with the draft is extremely intriguing. Because, it's still the draft that wants to have team fights, but it also wants just to interrupt the team fight potential coming from Fløng. Because the main strength from Fløng currently, from the 3 picks that we see, is that power wombo combo coming from Diana and Yasuo, and that is Tryndamere potentially going for the top lane. We still don't have any top lane available from Lucent, so that is kind of a blind pick. But wait, what is...
Nah, he's just overing because he needs something ranged, and the Seraphine is not bad on this composition. Since this is a massive team fight composition, she's not bad, and I do believe they're trying to think about that. They need some sort of range, though. Oh my sweet Teemo! That is a massive team fight. It is Yasuo bot or Seth alongside with Thresh. Seth and Yasuo both can go into the bot lane, but I do believe Yasuo would be better fitting for this one.
It looks like Yasuo and Thresh go into the bot lane, and then they send Seth to the top lane, and Tryndamere takes the mid lane for himself, and that is the Yordle, the little Yordle joining the top lane. Okay, yes, it is Yasuo Thresh in the end for the bot lane. Wow, okay, talking about spicing up the picks, right? That is a completely different song versus what we saw in the previous games.
Give me a second. Okay.
You really want to go this way?
Okay, I'm ready for fights. There you go. This is madness. This is going to be fight after fight. I need to be ready to shield myself with the power and defensive curl, because this is going to be a bloody one. Look at that. Look at this champion select. This is I press R, I win the game, and all 10 members have that available. So this is going to be a messy one. You cannot skip this one. Whatever you're doing, stop. Share this with everybody. If you want blood, this is the game. This is the deciding one as well. Lucent, if they loot this one, they're out of playoffs. Fløng can finally, for the first time, win versus Lucent in a series. I want to see this.
And in what manner and in what fashion they can win this one. Can you imagine how the fights are going to look like?
No, I can't.
It's better to see it than to imagine it exactly. That's why we need to get to the Summoner's Rift as soon as possible, because that is going to be a bloodbath happening there. The river that runs across the Summoner's Rift, oh my goodness, it's not going to be blue anymore, my friends. It's going to be red from all the blood that's going to flow through it. Oh, what a game is ahead of us.
So everybody get ready for what is about to happen. This could be the deciding one in favor of Fløng, in favor of the Danish.
Oh,
I just heard about it. I just heard it. There you go. We have the bird's eye of the Rift, Fløng with 2 victories versus Lucent with only 1. Set on the top, Diane on the jungle, Tryndamere in the mid lane alongside with the Yasuo and Thresh on the bot side. We have a lot of knock-up sets. E counts as a knock-up, so everybody can proc Yasuo's ultimate. On the other side, we have the non-ultimate alongside with the Viego. Gali coming from the skies with Let It Rain from Fuyu. I don't know. This is going to be bloody. I love it.
Oh yes, imagine for Casapina getting down Goof and getting that Yasuo for himself, and then he has all the knock-ups on his team available for him. All of a sudden he can just, he can just feel a little bit happiness for a very small moment. But the thing is here, talking about the fights, there are so many ultimates currently in the game that can just change everything in a very rapid way. It means that whoever pulls the trigger first could potentially win almost any fight that they will be facing. Which means that we potentially could see a lot of action. Because yeah, you need to be careful about when you actually pull the trigger, when you decide to start the fight. But if you're not fast enough with starting the fight, your opponent might just do the very same thing. And then they get the massive advantage all of a sudden, because with just pressing R, they can delete you instantly, and it applies to both of the teams.
Yeah, any team that gets any sort of lead can destroy you instantly, and I gotta say, Fuyu is not going to have an easy game. Misfortune is tremendous with the bullet time. It is tremendous, but there's a wall. There's a Seth who can pick someone and throw it to the backside. There's a lot of things that can stop Fuyu at his tracks, so he needs to get the advantage. He's going for the lethality build, that's why he brought in the Comet. So he will be kind of safe, and he can actually move away from the lethality build and go for the Leanders if he wants to feel safe with the Make It Rain.
Honestly, somehow I would imagine that Misfortune to go with Leandra and to go with more of an AP build in this game. It could work. Anything could work for Misfortune. She's having an advantage in her hands in terms of her being the ultimate range champion in this game, because yeah, we have the Gna, but as he is demonstrating to us right now, he will turn them in the Mega Gna and he will not be a range champion anymore, which leaves Misfortune basically to be, yeah, I'm having another look, the only range champion in the game. We're having, speaking of the fights, we have sort of... It's not even a fight, okay, it's just, you know, looking at each other and scratching each other a little bit in the jungle. Next to the bot lane, actually. Could be a good idea for Lucent to try to address the bot lane, because that Yasuo is also something that you might want to try to shut down as early as possible. Oof. Okay, Curse is fine. No,
this was an interesting take for Casapinha because he talked with Zimba about this. Rottenbengi was so good in terms of vision. Oh, this doesn't work now. Thresh pulls you 2 times. You have to do it on the second one, but you're not allowed. So that is a weird take so far. Both of them went to the enemy jungle. Look at that. 4 wards instantly put up. You had 3 in the jungle alongside with the scuttle as well. So this is a massive respect coming in from Casapinha alongside with Zimba. They know they have to stop the vision that they were bringing. Okay, there we go. Another one, but this time they follow it through. Zimba is the focus on this one, allowing Fuyu to deal as much damage as he wants. He has to focus on those minions. And meanwhile, Casapinha can just protect to the bot side. As Rottenbengi knows this, because the end is on the other side of the map. So if the end is one side, Viego means he's on the bot side.
Exactly, but he anyway has no reliable way to go with that ward placed in the bush. They will be alerted when he decides to start the movement towards the bot. So look at the Diana going in with the Shafty, having some action over it. Oh, Syntax is going pretty low here, but no, he escapes. He still leaves. Nobody dies so far. For almost 5 minutes in the game. No deaths so far.
That's what Justice Punch does. You go for it, and if you have any sort of vision on one side, you hug it, and you are aware that even if Diana wants to go in, you're comfortable. You don't need to put yourself in jeopardy and use it to get away until Shafty gets level 6. As soon as she gets level 6, it's going to be a different story.
Exactly, I just wanted to say that the laning phase in this game is one thing, but it's going to be completely changed when we hit level 6, because the stakes are going to be very different. Hackers, you're not going to be allowed to recall on the top lane today. I'm sorry, man.
That is illegal. There's still a teleport at hand, so Fleet Footwork will keep him at bay.
In the
there
meantime,
you go, he also has the hat.
Yeah. It's all good for him. But on the bot lane, Goof and Roddenberger were actually standing in the bush waiting for Lucent's bot lane to go there and trying to, you know, set up a little trap for them. But it didn't work out. They had to recall in the end. They just spent some time standing in the bush waiting for something that never came their way. That's actually kind of a sad story.
Level 6 finally achieved by Syntax. He went back. He already got himself some sort of items. On the other side, Errol, though, he didn't went back. I mean, he went back to buy the Berserker Greaves. He has some sort of lead in terms of minions. Not much to write home about, but he was still far away from that level 6 bot side. Finally, Shafty looking for some sort of opening. There's still not a level 6 for them, and the combo only works if they get themselves the double ultimate, the last breath alongside with a moonfall. But Shafty can just certainly go for the straight up damage.
Ooh,
that's exactly what's gonna happen, but there's another member there. Hero's interest falls from the sky, but Kali was there only to assist. Look at that! Syntax is in jeopardy. He has to flash away. Ignite was not used, and Rottenbengi is going to survive to tell the tale, which means Goof takes the first blood.
Okay, has it been there over? Oh wait, we're still not done with the fight.
Level 6, Moonfall instantly. The follow-up damage is not there because Exhaust is going to bring it down. Beautiful Death Santas with the fly, but they're both going down. Oh, Goof is looking at that HP. Ignite is taking. Not even close, baby.
Yeah, he gets away to see another that you cannot just take down the Galio that easily. Okay, 1-2 we go. Casapinha becoming the first blood, but he's still managing to play it out by taking 2 kills for themselves, 1 for the mid laner and 1 for the AD carry, which is pretty important at this point, with Misfortune already running with a tear on herself. So she is getting better and better on the bot lane. Yeah, there are ultimates available now. Well, no, actually, remark, Goof still does not have his level 6 available for him. And so does Casapinha. That is dangerous for you, man.
It is the flashing gauge. I don't care about that level 6. Undying Rage is there to assist him, but he was not taking into account the 3-member. Lantern saves his life. He was seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, but it was his friend Rottenbengi again with the rotation. I gotta say, this man is out playing everybody in this series.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, never underestimate the supports, okay? Never. They just do such a tremendous job for the whole team. And you can see
Except if it's a
here.
Yumi.
Man, that's personal. Okay, I don't actually play Yumi anymore, but still I feel personal about her somehow.
I'm a dog person, I would say. No, it's not
I'm a
that.
dog person
I really
too.
don't like that champion, though. I really don't like that champion.
What is it about Yumi?
I have a lot of things to say, but okay.
Say
Level
after the
6
game,
for
let's
Goof.
focus on the game.
Okay, Goof has access to the last breath, so this could be a really good one. Dragon is started by Lucent. They don't have the vision of the enemy, as Fløng are trying to take away at least that control ward, trying to put some sort of jeopardy on that play, but they're comfortable. Casapinha is also at level 6, so ultimates are online for pretty much everybody, so they have to respect each other's.
And the first Drake of the month, so we still have some very juicy picks possible for the next Dragons and for the Soul, obviously. The Herald is up, nobody's paying any attention to it. There is much more attention to the bot side of the map. Well, look at that, even Errol is actually making his way, potentially, or maybe just wording a little bit, I don't see, because there is a fight happening on the top side at the same time. Ooh, look at that. Shafty is here.
The angle for the dive would be good. Yeah, but now Casapinha shuts that down. Good positioning away from this Viego, keeps the play at bay. And Syntax already has access to Hero's entrance, so that's also another thing they have to take into account.
Yeah, that's something they constantly need to take into account whenever you have fights on the side lanes or just anywhere where Galio is not present. It's the same with, like we have with the Pike, to be honest. Like, you're having a duel, but it can always turn into 2 versus 1. You have to always remember that.
Alternator deals this much damage, and Dying Rage is there, that's why Syntax is not going for the kill. And also the sustain from Tryndamere. Everybody who plays versus Tryndamere knows what I'm talking about. It's not the easiest to deal with. And Syntax, even though he's going to deal a few blows on this one, I do believe Edel will be comfortable and will be able to go away. Even with the gank, he just needs to proc the Q. And there you go. Safe to tell the tale.
Yeah, with a little helicopter action, he just gets away to see another day and to tell the tale. He's even staying to farm away the minion wave that is present under his throat. Okay. A little
champion
bit
is
but
something.
interesting. Yeah.
It is something. Oh, that sentence was focused on Fuyo. They know what they're doing. They tried to jabay the, yeah, we're going for Zimba. Nah! And going straight up for Fuyo.
We're going for Fuyo, but we're like, no. Okay, that could have potentially been a kill on the bot lane, but nothing happened yet again. Running 1-2, still Shafty's here, being present with a company from Lucent. They really look forward to take that Scuttle Crab, and it's going to be there. Shafty just has to give it away.
Casapinha this time taking another little scuttle. So far he was comfortable taking 2 of them, or maybe 3 because of the dragon. So I believe he got access to 3 of them. That's why he's a little bit like in terms of level, he's sitting at the same level as Shafty, even though Shafty is ahead of him. And looking into the farm as well, top side going way too comfortable for Akers, and we know what Akers is capable of doing. We saw it in the first game. The next 2 games were in favor of Vanks. This is a matchup that we've been looking out for throughout the entire split, and I'm enjoying what is happening so far between them. Fuyu and Yasuo. I gotta say, you don't want Yasuo to be at the same level of farm versus a range champion.
Absolutely. Either you're doing something wrong or your support is doing something wrong in this scenario.
Our Goof is doing something right, yeah.
Yeah, or the other way around, or Yasuo and his support are doing something very, very right. And here definitely can see that Rodham... I'm losing my ability to speak even in this game. Rodham Baggy is actually doing a very good job. Yeah, I completely lost my ability to speak.
English is hard, don't worry.
Speaking in general is hard, okay? It's not just about the language. But yeah, he is doing a really great job. You can see how much he was trying to zone out for you and to make sure that Goofy is staying there safe to farm. Not even Fuyu so much, but Zimba mostly, because Nautilus can try to catch and shut down Goofy. He's not quick enough with his the footwork or the wall. But here, with him being under constant pressure from the Thresh, he cannot really focus that much on Yasuo, which means Yasuo is there to farm pretty much safely.
Okay, now we have two ways of using this this herald. Either you use it to take plates, or you use it to take the dragon, the second one, and put yourself in a good position to fight for the soul. If you go to the top side, it means that you want to take those final plates. It's 13 minutes and 20 seconds. If you go to the mid bot, this means that you want to drop it at a specific timing where you can fight for the vision in the dragon. And it certainly seems like Casapina is doing what we were talking about. There you go. You drop it, you're going for the plates, and you are allowing the rotation from Syntax alongside with Casapina to go straight up for the bot side.
Yeah, you kind of kill two bots with one stone.
Oh, Syntax didn't got access to the plates.
Yeah, oh, that's a little bit miscalculated, but oh no, it's all good. It's just a lantern just getting away. Here comes the dragon. The Hex dragon this time, so no hack. So all right.
Last breath, that's what we need to keep our eyes into, or the make it rain in bullet time. Fuyu is in a comfortable position, has exhaust available. The dragon is going down way too fast. If they want to fight for this one, they have to do it now. The knockup is there, but they don't want to take this one. Everybody is now in jeopardy. They have to flash away, and I believe Syntax is going to be left. No! Beautiful flash coming in, Ignite is still burning! And Casapina is there to take the soul if he wants. Death sentence for the last member. Rotten Bangi running away, but the box is slowing down. Oh, heartbreak from Casapina takes another kill. 4-1 in the end, but the dragon still goes for Fløng. It's going to be a Cloud Drake, so even if you want to fight for the soul, it's not going to be the most exciting one.
Yes, and that is an exchange of the dragons in the end, 1-1, so it's not too much that you lost in the end in terms of the major objectives. Oh, here comes the first turret. Speaking of something on the map. Oh my goodness, Errol.
Errol is comfortable. He's the one winning this because he has his ultimate available. You cannot kill him on a flash with a face breaker. Come back with a showstopper and forcing the flash away. Flash for flash. And Errol will probably go to the top side, or maybe even Seth. He teleported in, so maybe he can go to the top side, and Eckers will not be able to kill him in the end. It's a little Nars, so he won't have the damage available to do so. A lot of vision coming in for Lucent. They learned their lessons from the previous two games, so they have to control the map if they want to fight this one.
Yeah, but speaking about controlling the map, look again at the amount of... Okay, look at the amount of attention that is happening at the bot side of the map. Again, even right now, look at the amount of people gathering there. Yeah, there is a turret that is going down, but rather slowly because Goof is there and he's alone. But everybody's slowly but surely making their way through here. And potentially we could still see more. Oh, speaking of...
Going to be a slow but insidious death as Syntax getting lower. Moonfall coming in, last breath not even used, which means Yasuo can follow it up. Errol doesn't have access to his ultimate from the previous fight, so he's going down, and there you go. Yasuo flies into the air and brings down Zimbi to the floor. Fuyu is not allowed to get closer. The blue buff now is being done, and does he want to fight this one? It's a 1v3. What are you doing, Fuyu? What are you doing, you mad lad? You have two guns, but it doesn't matter if they have three swords. Oh, she's running a ball. She's trying to at least dodge it, but you cannot dodge the flight from death.
Apparently no. The man gets the kill in the end. I am as confused as you, to be honest.
What?
What? Okay, I'm confused again. So that is the kill for the little Gna on the top lane in the meantime.
There you go. Bonjour, comment ça va? There you go. That's another kill coming in for Akers. Getting the 1v1 in the middle of the lane. That was a hard chase. And not even flashing. Akers killed him without the flash.
What is happening with that little yodel? Or rather, what is up? Oh, we're gonna see a replay. No, wait. That is still the fight in the jungle. That is here with Shafty jumping in beautifully, and Fuyu then unleashing the ultimate. A lot of damage coming from that misfortune. A lot. But then Goof just coming in with his own ultimate and just bringing a lot of damage of his own on the table. And here, honestly, I'm very confused as to whether he decided to do something about the blue buff. But, well, mistakes can be made sometimes, and sometimes they lead to your death, apparently. Whoa, here we go. Okay, now that explains the Mega Gna smashing you against the wall and then just chasing down, slowing you down, not letting you get away. And then, I believe, turning into the small Gna on time. Yes, turning into the small Gna. And boom, you get
Closer than I expected, though. If there was a flash available from Vanks, that would be quite different. But the problem is,
Yeah.
now you have to bite the bullet. Now you have to let it go. Vanks is going to slowly die on the bot side. We don't even need to watch this one. Take away the camera. This is just sad as Akers now has the lead.
Watch it.
Watch until the end. Oh my. Akers now with the 1v1. As soon as you're online with that Gnar, can I see the items that he has access to understand why the matchup is Trinity Force versus Stride? Obviously you want to bring the Strides for the fight, but the Trinity Force for the 1v1 is more than enough. Yeah.
Which means currently you cannot really go against that now whenever he's on the side lanes, and he has the possibility to go and solo farm on the side lanes as much as he wants because he knows that nobody should want to counter his way. However, it could be a different scenario when we approach the team fights because again, Set will have an advantage on his hands, but in the meantime, while I'm speaking, that turret is going down. Another turret in the meantime on the top lane, a little bit before that one went down as well. That's an exchange, that's a cross-map play, but there is a dragon coming up. Less than 10 seconds already. Ooh, a fight.
The death sentence actually turned into one. The ultimate is available, so he doesn't die. We've seen this in the past. This is not a movie that we want to see, as the third dragon is going to be started in favor of Lucent. They get the cloud, yeah, they get at least this cloud, but they're going to lose the T2 on the top side if no one answers to this one. Nobody's replying, and Errol is just farming away. Remind yourselves, Fløng wins this one, they go across.
That is potentially the last game for today, and that could be the last game for Fløng if they manage to win this one. And they are really determined to take this one in their hands. You can see that. Tryndamere split pushing like crazy, and he's not like, he is the champion who can stay along on the side lane, but with his ultimate not available anymore, having the support over support is definitely something that adds you a little bit more confidence in staying on the side lane that far and trying to take down T1 of the enemy.
Vankstead now with no items available to fight versus Akers. Akers with 2 items already completed, Trinity Force alongside with the Randuins, and even the boots completed. This means the matchup is not even close anymore. And see guys, I pronounced the ED at the end of Vankstead. English is really hard and I'm really bad at it, so thanks for dealing with me. Because you're supposed to pronounce the ED at the end of Vankstead and not silence it like in the normal English, I believe. I don't know. Rottenbergen now being focused down. Kazapina trying to bring him as low as possible. Flashes for the kill, but that's only a support, man! And they're not even going to take it away, as Adel is going to bite the bullet. So 1-for-1, mid laner for support, for jungle. Meanwhile, let it rain, bullet time! That's way too much damage! Vogstead the mid lane with a massive haymaker. Meanwhile, they're still losing this fight as Goof takes a rock on the face. Shafty on the backline. They're not paying attention to Diana and Yasuo combo. They're making it work. He flashes away from the knockup. Shafty with the wings of war takes the win and finally goes into the floor as Goof doesn't have minions. He brings the wind wall, but Galdu is not a projectile. He cannot stop that man.
You can stop a projectile, but you cannot stop full-on Galio jumping in your face. I'm afraid that's not how it works, man. And boom, you go down as well, joining the rest of your team. That is one of a fight, to be honest. I loved watching Flu's health bar at some point because it just went from being almost full to almost non-existent at all with just one single thing flying at him, and it will be happening like that, and we'll get even more dramatic because I feel like there will be even more burst damage coming from quite a lot of people, to be honest.
Salari.
Yes.
Salari, it's a Leandri's angle. It's a Leandri's misfortune. I love this build.
In the end, we were kind of hoping for it. I don't know about Gao is kind of.
I was hoping for this because now you can go man immune. It's already finished, and you have the ability haste from the mythic, so you can bring whatever you want. If you bring Bravenous Hydra, every single bullet from the ultimate is going to sustain you. Apply Leandris and do AOE damage as well. If you're going for something like you can reduce your ultimate's cooldown with Axiom Arc as well. You can bring the lethality because even though you're building the Leandris, the scaling with the ultimate is physical, so if you're being lethality alongside with AP, everything works. This is like when you're making soup, you go into the kitchen, you find yourself the refrigerator, and you slap all the vegetables you can, and eventually it works into a soup.
Well, eventually it does work into a very delicious soup, apparently, because that means fortune.
I wouldn't say delicious, but it works. At least not when I'm cooking.
Okay, man.
I'm not a good cooker. No, continue.
No, okay, I just wanted to, mention that with this misfortune, with what does every bullet in your ultimate do again? So it gives her sustain.
No. If you build the Ravenous Hydra, you got the Omnivamp, so you get the sustain. That's why you can get the sustain. If you go for that Rhodes, which I don't think is gonna do it, but it's a good build.
It could still potentially work, and
it's a
still.
soup.
It's a soup, definitely. And the interesting part in that soup is that Misfortune is still the only ranged champion in the whole composition that we see on the map, which means that as long as she's being protected from things that can jump into her or that can hook her, which there are a couple alongside, to be honest, some of them actually being busy right now with trying to take down the Baron, which Lucent don't have a vision on, but now they do. Now they know exactly what's happening and they need to try to stop it. But to quickly finish.
Wait, you TP? Maxted, what are you doing? You cannot TP in face of Anchors! You can show stop him, but I think he's the one with the button to press stop.
Apparently it's your show that's being stopped. No!
Good death sentence. This will turn into a fight. Fuyi is putting himself in a good position, and look at that! Bullet time. Goof goes into the air, and Anchors is there. The Shugi approaches, and you're the one starting the pattern, but we are the one finishing it.
The Shugi. Okay, I did not expect that, but I love it regardless. And here comes the burn. Something we love to see as well. Ooh. Wait, Eero.
Now he's doing the clouds. So they split their strengths, and Undying Rage is available. Shafty has his ultimate as well. The Moonfall, but well, you're just pushing Diana away. It's not even pushing it away, you're just slapping. Shafty doesn't have a flash. He's waiting for the time, but not enough. Conqueror is there, but doesn't get the sustain. And Syntax with the 1v1 gets himself the Baron. 916. Lucent are alive.
Oh, yes, man. They are. Ooh, okay. We're going to see how Acres got bangsted. And he's trying to teleport away. Oh, you're not going to teleport away from the Magna, my friend. You're going to be slapped against the wall because you are actually very conveniently standing against the wall there.
Well.
Yeah.
That happened.
Yeah.
Now, Rottenbangi has the death sentence. The flay doesn't quite work versus the wall. Look at Fuyu. This is the moment where you decide the fight, because you're not allowed to get closer to it, or else you're going to burn.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. You cannot get close to the fight, but at the same time, you need to find the perfect distance for you to prop your damage. And who do you need to prop your damage on? You need to focus either Shafty or Goof out of the equation, because you need to, again, delete somebody out of the duo, something we keep seeing throughout the games today. But here they decide to go with Goof, focusing him out, deleting him out of the team fight, and the team fight cannot really continue for long with that.
Shield off the run, trying to get any flash from Fløng. They still have a massive team fight composition, and if you kill Fuyu, you will probably win this one. But the problem is, can you get to the backline? I don't think so, because Syntax is doing a massive job. Windwall stops at least a few of those bullets, and with the exhaust getting stopped. It doesn't matter, the show stops now! But Acres joins the fray. They have to go for the nod. It's a mini one. He's taking the Fury. Exhaust is there. He's trying to get angry, but not fast enough. You have to think about bad things if you want to transform into Mega Nod. It finally finds the truth. It is now going to transform. Jumps away. 3 versus 1. Vangston already knows what's going to happen if he stays too close. He's going to try and slow it down, but Striker doesn't actually get it. Errol goes across the map. Oh, that's a stun. That's the spin. Casapina flashes away, spears him for a kebab, and takes away the soul.
Okay, that definitely looked like that. Okay, a lot happening throughout the map all of the time. Still we go 11-17, and there is still a goal difference. Could you calculate it for me, please? the goal difference between the teams. I'm not good at calculating.
It's only 2,000.
Ooh, it's that small. We're 27 minutes into the game, almost 28. Okay, that is less than I expected. But okay, what do we have on the map currently? 2 minutes until the next strike is going to go up, and we're actually sitting on the soul point for Lucent. And then we'll have 3 minutes. Well, now we have 3 minutes before the next Baron is going up. And there is still the Baron buff available for Lucent. They can still continue with some of the minions.
And now that we see the Serilda's being built up, unless he wants to go for a different path for Fuyu. If he wants to go, maybe it's not the Serilda's. No, it has to be the Serilda's.
It has to be, no.
The slow you're going to provide alongside with the bullet time, it's not going to be a happy picture for Fløng. Now Fløng are aware that it's slipping away.
Yes.
To finish this one, it's actually slipping away.
You can see them trying to do something about it. First of all, I already can see. Well, Zhonya's on Shafty, we saw it some time ago. There is also now the stopwatch available for Gurf, so they are trying to be prepared for Lucent actually trying to go for that combo and trying to delete at least one of them out of the equation. But something we're actually talking about is Fuyu on the side of Lucent and how he's providing a lot, and he's like probably the carry for the team. But the thing is, how it happens as long as he stays alive, and yeah, he's trying to stay in the backline. There is no better range than the enemy team to get to him immediately, but there are still means for them to get to him. And as we saw actually in the last fight, they can execute them pretty nicely, especially in the surroundings like we have in this very spot in the mid lane. And if you delete Fuyu out of the equation, suddenly you have much easier time approaching the team fights. Question is, can you do it again? Because there are still very many beans on the side of Lucent.
Diana.
Oh, yeah, speaking of the devil.
They have the vision. Syntax knows he can go in for the shield of the runs. The taunt is in effect. Shafty doesn't have the teleport available yet again. And Shafty is going down. No matter what you do, you may go golden, but you will go down in the end. He didn't want to proc the ultimate. And that was not enough at all. Knows he has to split push. This could be the soul in effect for Lucent. Acres recalled away, so 1 member is enough to stop this one. Errol knows he's not able to fight this one. And there goes the Mininar. Throws away the boomerang. The ghost is now popped off. And if you get closer to this one, you're going to instantly die. You're not allowed to even fight this one. Button banging goes for the hero play, but there's no heroes amongst them. The soul is now for Lucent. It belongs to Lucent.
Oh yes, and they're very happy to put it to some good use. There is a Baron coming up very soon for them. For them, they think that it's coming specifically for them less than a minute before it's going to be present on the map. They need to get this one. They need to continue with their push. They need to take more turrets. They need to get to the inhibitors on the enemy base to secure their advantage, to make sure they do not let anything slip. Because yes, everything currently looks like the game is in their favor in every aspect. But Fløng is still not giving up. You can see how much they're trying to fight, how much they're trying to find the angles. Not always succeeding, to be honest, especially looking at that last attempt of Shafty to try to, have a little bit of flank maneuver. Good idea, but not executed properly to work out.
They have to get the Diana online. Shafty has to find the window, needs to find an opportunity to go for Fuyu in the backline. He has flash available. Luna's rush is also available. That could be it. They're trying to gather, but if you gather... Oh, he was spotted. He was spotted by the siege minion. The pings are coming in. They know where Shafty is. This is so bad for Fløng. If they reveal any more of their weapons, it all goes in for those bushes, but now spots 2 wards. Shield of the Run is there. Shafty yet again connected with the Wings of War. Look at that damage flying in. Akers on the front line. The Mega Knot is in effect as they fish one. Rutenbangi. They get the perfect AoE. Fuyu is dead. In Oil joins. This could be the fight. Fløng have been waiting for so long. Shafty is there, but there is not enough. And the triple kill comes in. Yes, is clean. And Lucent may end the game.
Oh my goodness, they actually are going to go and try to end the game. What happened in that last fight? Oh, magnificent minions. But what happened in that last team fight? Because it just happened so drastically and everybody was in such, small group, everybody sitting on each other. It was so hard to see what was happening, but what was happening was the demolition. Lucent are taking the game, took down the turret, took down the inhibitor, taking down the turrets for themselves. Rodenberg trying to do anything about it, but can you, my man?
5 seconds, Nexus again exposed. Everybody is focusing on that one. Death Sentence, look at the attack speed from Casapina, and they bring this up to the 5th game.
Yes! My wish has been fulfilled. Apparently, we are going to see 5 games today. I am so happy. Oh, you looked ahead. I did not. I was sitting like that the whole game. I feel...
What hat?
There was no hat.
There was no hat. The hat is Alliance Production warns us. Out of a sudden, we jump into 5 games. Lucent versus Fløng. We knew this was the most contested game of the playoffs, at least in this part of the bracket. We knew this would be a possibility. And there we go. We jump into 5. Finally, Lucent finds himself the answer, removing the Veigar, removing the Pike, and bringing a massive team fight composition. Only once was Fløng capable of getting access to the Misfortune, but it was already too late. Akers built himself a massive lead throughout the entire game versus Vangstead, and at the end, that's all that matters. The Mega Gnar was crucial at that point. Also, the Galio did a tremendous amount of damage in that fight. Diana was never capable of finding a perfect Moonfall for Yasuo because of Galio. I don't know what to expect from the 5th game, Solari. I don't know.
I'm not going to expect anything, to be honest, my friend. Absolutely nothing, because I know that regardless of what I want to see or what I expect to see, the game is going to surprise me in some way, and I'm open for it. I'm really looking forward to it, because this last game, it was a bloodbath. Okay, something that we expected actually turned out to be true. We expected a bloodbath, and it indeed happened with so much team fighting on the spot, with Fløng actually finding out this strategy on what they had to do with Lucent, but finding it too late and not being successful in sticking to it. Or rather, again, we can take it, we can look at it from the different angle. Lucent being very good at understanding what is their key strength and what is the key weakness, being in one champion, actually, in Misfortune, that she deals a lot of damage, but if somebody gets to her, it's breaking down the whole composition. And they bring out this amazing team composition of their own to make sure that she stays protected and everybody at the enemy team stays shattered, and they have to refocus their attention constantly, and this way they're not able to execute their own combo wombo. Boom, you're done, you win the game. We go into the 5th one.
So without further ado, let's toss it to a break before we jump into the last one of the series. Regardless of who wins, whoever takes this one takes the entire cake. I'll see you in a few minutes for the 5th game of Lucent versus Fløng. I'll see you soon.